So we'll just start off with a pretty basic trick. It's well known that magicians are, of course, supposed to be able to summon cards at will, yeah? Supposed to be just something that they should be able to do, similar to this, where you can get the 2 black aces. And then you can just, of course, pop those down and then pop the 2nd and 4th ace that decided to take flight. So we can get the 4 aces out too. More than that, though, we can take these 4 aces. Just take them and we can put them roughly, anywhere in the deck. But once we get them into the deck, you can see them all in there. What we can do is we can take it and we can start shuffling the deck. One of the things that magicians can sometimes come across are people out in public who like to take the deck into their own hands. They say, give me your deck, let me shuffle it. And so, they just take it and they start just putting the cards all manner of which way. And really, they have no concern for which orientation the cards are in. See, we have some face up, we have some face down. I have some just all sorts of, just a big mess. So they'll hand the deck back to me and they'll say, here, fix that. And I say, that's not a problem, sir, because all I really have to do is I have to snap my fingers, and really all of the cards in the deck have turned the right way or have returned to their original position except 4. And of course, those 4 are the 4 aces. Does somebody want to name me a playing card? 3 of spades. 3 of spades. Cool. Now, you practice a little bit of magic too, so of course you know all about how tricksy magicians' hands can be, right? We can do all sorts of things, but one of the things you might be also aware of is ambitious cards. Ambitious cards are those cards that like to pop to the top of the deck. Now, I've never been a great magician. I've always been an okay magician. So I can't snap my fingers. It doesn't always work. But what I've noticed works is I just have to pop my hand up like so, and that 3 of spades comes back to the top. So what we can do, we'll do this and we'll put this, slide your card in here. Now, of course, again, all I have to do is pop my hand to the top. And again, your card comes to the top. Now, it might be easy to say I have multiple 3 of spades in this deck. I do know that there are decks out there that can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to write your name on this card here. And go ahead and give me a word that I can put on here too, something that I couldn't have thought of in advance. Perfect, okay. I'll even keep it all caps. Alright, so I do apologize, it is backwards, but I would think it's safe to assume that I'm not going to be able to have done that in advance before starting this live. Okay. Perfect. So you and Bell. It is pronounced Bell, yes, or is it pronounced somewhat differently? Bella. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the card that has yours and Bella's name in it and place it about halfway in this stack of cards. Now, do you know where magicians keep their magic? If you're unsure, yeah, we keep them up our sleeves. Now, if we push it in up here, of course, your card travels all the way down and pops to the bottom of the deck. Now we can do this one more time. And what we'll do is we'll cut it about halfway. We'll turn it over. And we'll put your card in this bottom half here. We'll just set the top half of the deck there. Now, again, all I have to do to make your card rise to the top is just pop my hand like so. And then, of course, your card comes to the, wait, that's not your card. Okay, well, I think I know the problem, Abra. I took the bottom half of the deck, and I'd said that the card pops to the top of the deck. Now, I had set the top half of the deck here. If we look at that top card, it is in fact your signed card with you and Bella. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna now find another random card. What we'll do is we'll take a little bit of the deck and we'll turn over multiple times. And now, what we're going to do here in a minute is we're going to find a card and get a card to be able to use for this next trick. Have to mention that sometimes it doesn't always work. So let's just bear with me, but let's go through and go ahead and find us. Let's go to that first face down card. That card is going to be the card that we use. Okay, so I'm going to look away. I'm even going to shade my eyes and let's see. Okay, I'm going to hold it up, let you guys see the card, and make sure that I'm not peeking. Now, hope everyone was able to see that card. What we're going to do though is go ahead. We're just going to lose it in the deck. Now, this trick also requires one other thing, and this one other thing is right here, this envelope. I haven't touched this envelope yet, but I just wanted to mention it for now. But being a okay magician, sometimes I have to work a little bit harder at my tricks. Like normally a magician could snap their fingers and the card would be on top. I'm just going to assume that's not the card that I showed you guys. So, you know, I obviously have some difficulty in locating cards. Perfect, thank you, Abra. But what I could do, if I just blow on the deck, one card pops out of the deck. Now, is that your card? Perfect, good. Now, as I mentioned, I did have that envelope there, and it has, well, I put one card in it before this live stream, and I was so confident it was your card, I took it out of an entirely different deck, and of course, it is the Queen of Clubs. Kind of excited to share one of my newest tricks that I picked up. It's actually here. Really, it's not a trick. It's just a cool little thing. I'm sure probably most of you here have probably seen this. But this is a coloring book for magicians, and really, it is a very nice coloring book. This allows me to kind of keep it away from my kids. Let me show you what I mean. So, my kids, and really my wife too, she loves coloring books. They all love coloring books. I'm sure my daughter will love it when she gets old enough. And so I have one of my very own, and this one I keep apart. But if we look through it, it has a bunch of circus pictures. And yeah, this is going to be fun to color. I'm convinced it is. But it's very easy for me to color it too. And honestly, I'm different than my family. I'm lazy. And so all I have to do is I just wave my marker across it. And just like that, you know, I've already colored this book. And it's cool to see when it's all colored. So I love it. My family doesn't like me in the fact that every time I finish coloring it, I end up taking just my hand. I kind of erase everything so that they can't see it when I'm done. And so now, of course, now they can't see anything at all. And then Now I have a completely blank coloring book. And if I just want to get all of the pictures back, I just have to tap it with a smaller marker, mind you. And again, we have all of the pictures back. And that's why I love this coloring book. It's so fantastic. My family never touches it. They just think it's blank sheets of paper, so I love it. Let's get another card. We're going to take this card. I'm going to show it. Go ahead and look away. I'm just going to hold it in front of the camera for a few seconds. Let you guys see that. Okay. Now once you see it, I'm going to slide it into the deck, and it's approximately halfway into the deck. I'm going to show you all the cards. They're all different. Nothing is the same. Now, of course, as I mentioned, I'm just an okay magician. Your card would normally pop to the top with the just a snap, but it didn't. So we're going to have to do this differently. So I didn't see your card, but we're going to place this card here, the 3 of clubs. I'm pretty confident that that was not the card that I had shown the camera. But I'm just going to rub the card like that, and I'm just going to give the deck or the card a little flip, and it turns into the 7 of diamonds, which I am confident that that was your selected card. I'm just going to go ahead and slowly riffle through, and I'll have you stop me wherever, okay, Sassy? Okay, so right there, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you that card right there. I want you to go ahead and memorize it. I'll try and make it so you can see, and I hope you were able to see that card. Just go ahead and like if you were able to see it. I feel like that's okay. I was gonna say that's just easier. I feel to tell me. It's a lot quicker than typing it out. Now, when we go ahead and go through this trick, unfortunately, this one is a really tough one for me to pull off. I mean, I guess most of the tricks so far have been difficult for me to pull off, as I keep saying I'm just an okay magician, but I can try and snap my fingers and see if, well, is that your card? Okay. Okay, so let's try something different. I want you to say yes or no, but black or red? Black. Yes or no, was it a black card? Was it? It might have been. I might have messed it up because of that shuffle and a snap. Is that your card? Okay. So unfortunately, nothing worked. Thankfully, I do carry around in my wallet everywhere I go. I carry something I just recently picked up. I picked up a little insurance policy. I wanted to make sure that I'd be covered. This does cover me and protect me in instances of mishaps and failures. Let's go ahead and open it, and I'll read some of the conditions. So number 1, so it has, this policy does not cover damage resulting from falling pianos, flying pigs, or unicorn stampede. I don't feel safe at all now. This one, for this policy to be valid, the audience must believe in reincarnation, even if it were only in a past life. These are weird. Let's keep reading. Okay. Should the conditions on the previous page provide sufficient protection against the magical mishap, magician may continue reading below. Oh, hey, there's a card. Is that your card? Fantastic. I'm glad I got that insurance policy. This policy is a lifesaver, I gotta tell you. I was starting to sweat a little there. What we can do, we can just take the top card for this. And it's the 8 of spades. Now, part of the problem is that, you know, when the cards get shuffled and they're just left all mismatchy, it makes it hard to, well, it makes it hard to locate the card. So, like this 2 of diamonds, it's on top, and obviously it's not the card that we had selected. Of course, if we put it in the deck, and even if the top 2 card, the second from the top card, 2 parts, that's not the card either. But what we're going to do is we're going to use that 2 of hearts to locate where the 8 of spades ended up in the deck. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fan it down, and we're just going to put it somewhere in the middle. Okay, and now that card should have gone to, well, that's not your card. And what about this one? Nope, that's not the 8 of spades either. Okay. So, in instances like this, what I like to do is I take that locator card and I place it right in the middle. All I have to do is give it a rub and blow. And just like that, that locator card becomes the 8 of spades. So, that even in other instances where I fail the trick, sometimes I can find another way to kind of compensate for that and find it anyways. I just have to add the magic in, So we have 3 cards. All sorts of people get rich from this 3-card money scam. But no, we have 2 3 of spades, 2 black 3s, and 1 red diamond. Now, the problem is that whenever somebody runs the 3-card money scam, they have multiple people in the crowd that are helping them with their trick. And so they're going to let those people out in the crowd. They're going to say, have them win in this game, okay? So no, they'll let those people in the crowd, they'll let them win a couple of times to entice some random passerby into playing. And that's where they make the most of their money. Because when that innocent bystander comes up to play, well, what they do first is they show them, okay, I have a red ace. They'll throw it down. And they have 2 black 3s that they show them and throw down. And to make it even more confusing, they may even start mixing them up. And so you're unsure of exactly where that ace might be, or they make it seem a little difficult anyways. But generally you're able to guess, okay, it's right here in the middle. And of course, you win that round. But then unfortunately, that's when they decide to take it to a new level. See, that's when they show them the red ace. They throw it down. They show them the black 3s. They throw them down. Now, they may even mix them up a little bit to make it more confusing. And you might want to say this one, or even this one, but unfortunately they're both black 3s. No, the ace is over here. So that's how they get you. But they make it even worse. See, they make sure to emphasize, don't follow these 3s. Don't follow them. I want you to focus on the ace. Only the ace, and you need to find it. So what they do is they get the cards and they do it again. They show you the red ace. They throw it. And then they just very cleverly mix the cards up here. And you're like, oh, I got him. It's right over here with the flip. But unfortunately, that's when they miss it, because the black 3 is here, the other black 3 is here, and we have the red ace here in the middle. This is why so many people, when joining that 3-card money scam, end up losing so much money. So they lose houses, they lose cars, livelihoods. It's crazy. And it's just sad how easily people can lose money with that scam. As a magician, I have a lot of decks. Not just fancy collecting decks. I also have a bunch of bicycle decks that get used all the time. So I have just a ton of decks that I'm no longer using. And so it makes it really easy to do this trick, because to do this trick, you need 9 cards. You need 8 9s and a black queen. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that queen. And then we have 5, 6, 7, 8 red 9s. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the first 4 red 9s and we're going to place them down here. Then we're going to take these red 9s and keep them face up. We have this leftover queen. Now the queen, she's a wild card. And the queen, it makes it really easy to transform these cards. So if we just scoop them up here, what we can do, we can turn it over and we can just give it a little pop like so. And just like that, we have not 1, but 2, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 black queens now. We don't need that queen anymore, so we can set it to the side. But what we need to do, we scoop these up and we place them face down. And this happens quick, so I want you guys to watch. Because all we have to do, we put it here, and then all we do is we snap my finger over all of these, and just like that, they become queens as well. Now this last one's the tough one, because we have to spin it a few times. You spin it, and then we just push it through like so. Give it a snap. Keep pushing all the way out to where now we finally have all black queens. So let's go ahead and take a card. And I'll go ahead and look away. Okay? Hope you guys were able to see it, of course. But what we're going to do, we're going to lose that card. And it's somewhere in amongst all these other cards. Now, I don't know what your card was. As I've been saying all night, I'm just an okay magician. Because if I was a great magician, this card here would be your card. But see, that's unfortunately not how my cards work. My cards tend to disguise themselves. See, so the 7 of clubs really is disguised as your 2 of clubs. Card magicians here. Do you have a favorite card? 7 of spades. So, 7 of spades. I know Abra had shown this a while back, but you might have heard of ambitious cards as well, card magician. I love ambitious cards. They tend to do all sorts of things. I'm going to push your 7 of spades in so that I'm not using my hands. The deck's messy, so let's square it up. But ambitious cards, as you probably know, tend to jump to the top of the deck. And I can't snap my fingers. Snapping my fingers doesn't always work for me. I generally, with this, have to pop my hand like so. And the 10 of clubs came to the top, so not quite your card. It's because I didn't do it with enough gusto. That was the problem, because now your card pops to the top of the deck. It was a matter of gusto. So I apologize. I'll make sure to add in more gusto. I can slide your card back into the middle of the deck. Gusto it up to the top. I actually like that. It might be gusto it up to the top because your card comes back to the top. Now, it could be very easy for me to have multiple 7 of spades in here. So, I'm going to put your handle on this card. And unfortunately with black it makes it a little hard to see, but I can put the card magician here. Go ahead and give me a word, a number, something that I couldn't have planned in advance to also put on your card. I do apologize, it is backwards, but go ahead and just give me anything that comes to mind, something that I couldn't possibly copy or have thought of. Red. Okay. All right, so now we have red, up there at the top as well. Perfect. So, now that we have your card signed, we can flip it over. what we're going to do is we're going to fan this out like so. Now, I could ask the question again, but we magicians, we like to keep our magic in our sleeves. I think everyone here knows that by now. But we do like to keep our magic in our sleeves. And all we have to do is push it in and the card pops out at the bottom of the deck just like so. So now we can do it one more time. What we're going to do is we're going to square the deck up. We'll turn over your 7. And we're going to place it in here. I'm just going to push it right there. And we'll place that there. Now, again, with gusto, pop it to the top. And that's not your card. Unfortunately, it didn't come to the top because this is the bottom half of the deck. And I said it came to the top of the deck. That's the top half of the deck. So if we look at the top card of the top half of the deck, your signed card comes to the top of the deck. If we just leave it in the middle of the deck, if we leave it in the middle of the deck though, I'm going to snap my fingers. It might not work. Nope, 7 hearts. That's close, and it's not your card. But again, it might have been because I needed the gusto to pop it to the top. The gusto is necessary, I feel, and nope. Not even the gusto helped. Well, I mean, if you were here, I could just have you shuffle the deck. Unfortunately, you're not here. I can't have you shuffle the deck for me. But I do always keep my wallet on me. And let me get it out, get unstuck. These shorts do not like this wallet. Well, I have my wallet here. I always like preloading my wallet. I have my cards here. I have a very near empty billfold. But if I just open this here, normally where I keep my ID, I have one single card that is now here. And if I just pull it out, we'll see that your card somehow ended up in my wallet. That's a very ambitious card. It wants to go with me in my wallet. What we'll do for this last trick is we're going to take a card from the middle. And this card I'm not going to look at, but I want you guys to go ahead and memorize that card. I'll look away for a few seconds, let you guys go ahead and register that. I think you guys were able to see it perfect. Thank you, GP, for confirming that for me. But again, show you the cards. Now, I can even gusto here, I can snap. Unfortunately, with this trick, your card doesn't come to the top. Rather, I don't believe it was your card. It was the 5 of diamonds, the card. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to spread out the deck. Now, back here on my shelf, I have myself a lucky 50-cent piece. This coin has helped me in a lot of different situations, and it's going to help me out of this last trick tonight. Since your card didn't come to the top, what we're going to do is we're going to use this coin to help us find that card. So, whenever somebody comments stop, I'm just going to set down the coin. Perfect. Right there. I was a little away from the cards, but what we'll do is we'll take away few of these cards. We'll just set them over to the side. We don't need them. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to take these cards and we're going to spread them out. And you'd think by now I could spread cards better. But now we're going to take this coin again. And again, have someone say stop. Perfect. Now we have 4 cards. All right, so Sassy, I'm going to let you go ahead and do this. Say that stop for this one. Since GP, since Card Magician got to stop, you get to say stop on this last card. So go ahead and say stop at any point. Right here. Want to do it on this card here? before I take these away. Is that good? Okay, perfect. Now, this is even better because everyone ended up saying stop. Maybe not Abra, but shh, don't let them in on it. Now, there was one card. So what was that card? 6 of clubs. Well, thankfully, that lucky coin gets me out of trouble every single time. See, if we take it like so, 6 of clubs. Now, I know that was that was a kind of cheap gimmick. But if we look back at all that we did, we selected a card, we went through, did a coin over, and 3 people called stop it whenever they chose to. And thanks again, Abra. And stopped on 1. That one card being the 6 of clubs.